In mid-July, elementary and secondary educators from Fairfax County Public Schools participated in a professional development workshop in conjunction with scientists from the United States Forest Service. The workshop, funded by a grant from the U.S. Forest Service, was created by Haycock elementary teacher Ann Rosenbaum and Lynn Riggs, a private consultant and former FCPS science resource teacher. The workshop was offered through the in-house FCPS Professional Development Program and was created to provide teachers with an opportunity to learn about forest ecology, gain insights into science-related careers, and engage in hands-on research. On July 16th, workshop participants traveled to the Elizabeth Furnace Recreation Area in the George Washington Jefferson National Forest near Front Royal, Virginia. Here they engaged in scientific field work with the U.S. Forest Service scientists, connecting what they teach at the upper elementary, middle, and high school levels with real-life applications of science, technology, engineering, and math learning.
We applied for a grant that was about getting more kids in the woods. We said that you can't get more kids in the woods unless you get teachers in the woods first. So we wanted to bring teachers out here and give them some hands-on experiences that they could then share with their students. The whole idea is if you educate the teachers about teaching science in the field, then they will educate their kids about teaching science. And we hope to reach students who are really interested in pursuing a field of science as a career. Lynn and I have collaborated over the years to try and develop opportunities for teachers to be working in science and doing authentic science so they can pass that on to their students.
Ann and I put together this workshop working with 3 scientists from the Forest Service. We are working with a fisheries biologist, Dawn Kirk, and Tom Bailey, who is a soil scientist, and a GIS specialist, James O'Hear. And what we're interested in doing is having the teachers actually in the field doing field work, doing real science, collecting data, and then pulling it all together with the GIS specialist, because this is exactly what scientists do who are in the field working for the Forest Service. They have to make a lot of management decisions about how the land is managed. It's not just for recreation. And in order to do this, they're constantly out in the field collecting data. And when they work with the GIS specialist, that's the specialist that can pull it all together and make their quantitative data visual so that they can look at their maps and be analytical and make decisions for management based on their data. We're very interested in exposing teachers to this type of doing science, where you're collecting data and making decisions based on your data collection, drawing conclusions based on evidence. This is something that needs to happen at every level throughout K-12. And we're very interested in having teachers participate, be active participants in the doing of science, so that then they have experiences that they can draw from when they're with their students back at school. And this can start with going out into the schoolyard or going to our local parks that are in Fairfax County, and teachers can put into practice what they've been learning today with the scientists out here at the National Forest, even at a very local level within their analyzing soil samples from their schoolyard or a local park.
This is called soil drainage. Soil drainage has to do with water tables either perched on top of clay or rock, or actually part of the local surrounding water table coming up and down. So that's what was so cool about this site. Not only does it flood, but it's got that water table so you can see this effect taking place and what happens, or how you can use it to help you plan what you want to do and what you can't do.
Well, through the county, they offered this forest ecology workshop. It's this 2-day workshop out at Elizabeth's Furnace. I was really interested in it because I knew we would do some water testing, and we'd also look at some forest ecology and some soil samples. So I'm interested in doing some testing so that I can bring that into the lab for my students so they can learn a little bit too.
How are you guys doing over there?
We're doing good.
You got texture?
Yeah, we've got
Which one? Which horizon?
Second horizon,
Okay.
we think is definitely a sandy loam.
Oh, good. Okay.
Do you think
Okay.
so? Do you agree?
Let me see. Yeah.
Hey, woo!
Woohoo!
Yeah, looks good.
We're looking at the water quality in Passage Creek, and they're taking nets and collecting insects and snails and clams and crayfish. And we're looking at that to tell us the health of the stream ecosystem. And so we're also looking at the stream banks and how much vegetation is along the stream, if there's trees and shrubs. We talk about what might be upstream that's going to affect the water quality. And so once they sample the stream and turn over rocks and look at what kind of macroinvertebrates are in the stream, then they determine if those are sensitive to pollution or tolerant to pollution, and they basically rate the quality of the stream and say whether it's excellent, fair, or poor.
Oh, the creek was it was beautiful. We were in Passage Creek, and the water was nice and warm and really clear. We saw all kinds of little insect nymphs and larvae. We saw some stoneflies. We saw hellgrammites. We saw crayfish, worms, water pennies, all different kinds of organisms that are indicators of really good water quality. We're really getting a good close-up view of pretty much undisturbed natural area, and it's just so peaceful and relaxing to be out here.
It's really important for people to make the connection between their health, the health of where they live, and the health of the environment, the mountains, the streams, the forests, because it not just affects them if they want to come out and camp or hike or fish or hunt, but it also affects their water quality, it affects their air quality. The water that's flowing through Passage Creek right now, the stream that we're looking at, eventually makes its way down and flows into the Potomac and is the drinking water for Washington, D.C. So, you know, those kind of connections are really important to make, you know, and then of course that brings you out into the Chesapeake Bay, and it's all connected. You guys found a huge hellgrammite right here. But look at those
predators.
They are predators.
He seemed very aggressive towards
He is. I think
Maybe Jack wants that for bait.
Yeah. But did you see underneath here on his abdomen? If I can get him turned over. See those white tufts? Those are gills.
Oh, yeah.
Feathery gills.
An important objective for our work is we want to have students and teachers environmentally aware, becoming good stewards of the environment and able to make informed decisions.
It's my hope that the teachers will be inspired to do authentic science in the field, and that they will understand the different kinds of skills that scientists need, and will be able to show those skills to their students and be able to take the students out into the field to practice those skills and gain a better understanding of what it is to do science.
I'm hoping that they will also have an appreciation for the wide range of careers that are available for our students in science. Not everyone who goes into STEM needs to work with a computer in an office. There's lots of different fields that are connected to science where a wide range of people are involved with managing our resources, doing experiments that take them out in the field, and providing information to all of us that then we can use.
I hope they are able to and have a chance to get their kids out to a stream and just talk about water quality and why it's important, not just for what's living in the stream, but for our drinking water also. I mean, we all use lots of water, and when a stream is healthy, when you have lots of fish or insects or macroinvertebrates in the stream, then that is good for us also.
Gilled snails, crayfish, none of damselfly nymphs. You saw one of those.
Clam, but
Clams.
It was invasive.
Yeah.
Aquatic
worms. And that's it.
And then
So it'd be
water
nice to
penny.
count the numbers too, because then you can really figure out a little bit about the diversity.
It gives us such good background knowledge, and the professionals that we're working with the Forest Service have just been so helpful, and they're so knowledgeable. So it increases our knowledge base, and it gets us excited about the things that we do, so that we can pass some of that excitement on to the kids, and that they can realize how important it is to save areas like this and preserve them and study them. You know, just whether it's to try to increase their knowledge about the natural world, or whether it's, you know, just to increase their enjoyment, you know, of the fact that it's out here.